one of the reasons why we burn for the acorn is to reduce the infestations that make them inedible, not only for us people, but for wildlife. You know, some of the birds like to eat the bugs, but the deer and elk and other critters out there prefer the nice, good, meaty acorns without a lot of bugs in them. You know, a long time ago, these tan oak stands were managed frequently at a pretty large scale with fire, and part of that process was to burn underneath of these trees and scorch the buggy acorns before they could leave the acorn and go burrow into the ground, so then they can hatch out the next year or so and fly up into the trees and infest the next year's harvest. You know, a lot of times these tan oak stands are in kind of a moisture environment. It can be hard to get fire to carry across and burn burn everything, every piece of the understory or the ground fuels. And so part of that process of gathering the acorns is to try to separate some of these the infested acorns out and put them on piles of some of the punky and rotting wood. Tan oak wood itself, it generates a lot of smoke, but typically it's a wood that likes to smolder and generate a lot of smoke. And so you know, another thing that the acorns do get infested with are molds, different kinds of molds. When they get a little too wet before you gather and you don't get them dried out fast enough, you can get some mold growing in them that makes them, you know, kind of funky to eat. But you know, smoke is one of those things out there that actually can help to get rid of the molds. And there's probably a whole bunch of other positive effects that the smoke in the canopy provides to the trees that we don't quite understand completely today. A lot of times people don't understand what traditional ecological knowledge is, how you learn from experiential learning, actually going out and doing, gathering and seeing things for yourself, but also from hearing stories when you're younger. And those stories, you may think of the way you heard the story when you first heard it one way, but as you go through life, you can see how these stories can actually be telling you other things. And so it's good to get as much, you know, hear those stories and remember them the best you can, because they do teach you things as you go through later stages in life.
Fire is a tool, it's not a weapon, and a lot of times I see different agencies and things that turns into a you know, not a tool. But anyway, we're trying to find that balance once again, between the tool and you know, the difference between the two. And 2 years from now, the acorn should be a lot better. There shouldn't be as many bugs if they keep this up. That's what our people did, is they had selected areas where they would put ground fires in every year to keep that, to maintain them. If you don't, then the bugs move in within a couple of years. Same with fruit, same with anything. You know, you have to maintain it.